No, not in CSV. Not in CSV. Table format, table or JSON we can give, or YAML or text format we can give. These are the output formats we can support. And all the credentials what we have given are going to store in one directory. What is the directory path? What is the directory path? So in the local directory, normal our local directory is home Ubuntu or home EC2 user. In this, it's going to store in .aws directory. Two files are there. One is config and credentials. Config and credentials. And if you want to create like named profiles, then what is the command? AWS configure profile name also. So what is the profile name we have? That we need to specify. Section. I think it's recording. Yeah. So now today we'll discuss one more topic on top of this, IAC. What is the meaning of IAC? Infrastructure as code.
As a code.
Yeah, infrastructure as a code or infrastructure as code. So what is the AWS inbuilt solution for IAC?
CloudFormation.
Yeah, CloudFormation. Okay. So CloudFormation supports two kind of scripting languages. One is YAML or second one is JSON. Okay. So what is the meaning of YAML is yet another markup language. So what is the meaning of YAML? Yet another markup language. So we are going to use either the YAML kind of scripting or JSON also. So those who have already the JavaScript kind of family, they're going to prefer to use JSON full form, like JSON like kind of format they're going to use. So it's a JavaScript kind of notation. So YAML stands for, what is the advantage of YAML? Maybe YML or YAML and JSON. Okay, YAML stands for yet another markup language. So here JavaScript object notation. Okay, so most of the people who have already the Java background, they prefer to use like JavaScript they prefer. But for the DevOps guys, and we don't have any knowledge, we are going to use YAML. But one of the advantages of YAML or JSON is it's a human understandable language. Okay, it's a human understandable language. That means everyone can use it. Easily we can understand it also. Like this, we are going to use the human understandable language we are going to use. Okay, so what is the advantage of IAC is reusability. Whatever the scripts we have created, we are going to get the reusability, and programmatically we are going to provision that gives the automation in the DevOps. In the DevOps, like manually, instead of creating, if we create the programmatically the resources, we can manage those resources very easily. So due to these two reasons, so we are going to use IAC. But we have a leader in IAC. Who is that? So Terraform is the leader in
Terraform.
IAC. So Terraform is the leader in IAC, but AWS inbuilt solution is CloudFormation. That means we should able to tell both the things, either IAC we can use or Terraform we can use. and depends upon your requirement, you can tell say which one they want, we can use it. Okay, so we need to have the both the knowledge. Okay, so now here we are going to create the group of resources in the cloud formation. Those group of resources are called as stack. So can you tell me some resource names? Can you tell me some AWS resource names? Then VPC, what are the resources we have created? In VPC, what are the resources we have created? Then maybe VPC we have created, subnets we have created, route tables, internet gateway, attaching them to the like route table associations, NACL, network interfaces, security groups. Otherwise, we have VPC peering. In EC2, can you tell me some resources? In EC2, can you tell me some resources? So maybe EC2 instances, EBS volumes, otherwise we have network interfaces, security groups, okay, so CloudWatch kind of alarms or logs. So these all we are going to create in, these all we are going to create in. So like this, stack is the group of resources which we are going to provision through cloud formation. Okay, stack scope is region and one account. Okay. So if you want 200 like resources are required for your project, maybe multiple VPCs, multiple subnets, all those as a single shot we are going to create through, as a single shot we are going to create through, as a single shot we are going to create through CloudFormation stack. So what is if someone asks about stack, what you will tell? If someone asks about the stack, what you will tell? It's a group of resources. But can we create the group of resources in multiple accounts or multiple regions? Is it possible to create the group of resources in multiple accounts or multiple regions? It's not possible. Only within the region we are going to create. So those group of resources we are going to provision through CloudFormation, but that scope is only within the region. Okay, so there is one more resource is there called as a stack set. Okay, so group of multiple multiple accounts. What is the concept of stack sets? So we are going to create the group of resources in multiple regions and multiple accounts also. So what is that meaning is, I want to create some VPCs in one subnet. I want to create some more VPCs in another subnet. Databases also like this I want to provision. So if we have these kind of requirements, then we are going to use stack sets. Are you able to understand what is the meaning of stack and stack set? Are you there? Hello? Okay. So then we have one more kind of resource is there. change sets. If we provision resources through stack set or stack, modify the resources through change sets. Don't change the resources through. Okay, say if you provision that like CloudFormation for provisioning the resources. Okay, so what is recommended one? If any changes also need to be performed, those changes need to be performed through. Those changes need to be performed through change sets itself. That means from the CloudFormation itself we need to do. If you are using Terraform to provision the infrastructure, any changes also performed through. Any changes also performed through Terraform itself. Okay. So which of the IAC tool we are using, any updates or any deletion or termination or maybe modification, it's recommended to use that tool itself. In the if you are using CloudFormation, how we need to modify the resources? Through change sets. Okay. Through change sets, what is the advantage is so we can preview the resources also. So what is the meaning of we can preview the resources means? So preview the changes also. That means these changes are going to happen. This is the impact. So like this we can preview. If we do directly, we don't know what changes it's going to perform. So hence in the CloudFormation, it's always recommended to perform the change sets. Then what is the meaning of so before CloudFormation, we have provisioned some resources through now. So now from today onwards, we are not going to manage those resources through GUI or CLI. Then what we can do? We can import the resources also. So we can import the resources also. Then I have one doubt here. Try to understand or try to answer me. If I have a stack with 40 resources, if I delete that stack, what happened to those resources? So I have a stack with 40 resources. And if I delete that stack, then what happens to those resources? Or even maybe stack set also.
Are those configured in IAS, IAC?
Yeah, IAC. So those stack or stack set means IAC itself. And now I have deleted that stack or stack set. Then what's going to happen? All those resources are getting deleted. If I delete the stack and it's having the corresponding resources, all those resources also getting stack. Okay, then another scenario I'll tell. I have a stack. We have 40 resources. While provisioning, The 11th resource failed. Okay, so only 10 resources have been provisioned. So 11th resource has been failed. Okay, then what's going to happen? Remaining resources are going to provision, or what's going to happen to those 10 resources?
I think if those are dependents on 11th, it won't create.
No. By default, like even if there is no dependency also, all the resources which are provisioned also are going to roll back. But if we want to preserve those instances, we can preserve it. But by default behavior is, so what is the by default behavior is,
We'll go to 12th, I think.
all resources are getting rollback. So it's not going to provision any of the resources. But
10
by,
resources also will come
yeah,
back
those
again.
also will be rolled back. Okay, so this is the default behavior. If you want, you can modify it. So you can preserve those resources. You want to preserve,
What are provisioned?
yeah, water provisioned.
Okay.
But the stack is going to be stopped. Okay, so what is the service of SNS? So what is the service of SNS? Say it's
Simple
simple
notification.
notification service. Say if you want to send an email like this, even if the CloudFormation stack is successful, failure, we can integrate with an SNS also. What that SNS is going to do? What that SNS is going to do? So it's going to send the emails. It's going to send the
Emails.
emails. Say which of the emails you want to send. Those emails we can send through SNS also. Okay. And mostly we are going to use either YAML format or JSON format. Okay. So the stack templates, we are going to get it from AWS for most of the services. Okay. So we can upload those stacks. Once we upload the stack from the CloudFormation, stack store into S3 bucket. The stack is going to be stored into S3 bucket. From that, it's going to store it.
Stack is
Okay.
nothing but IAS, right?
That script I'm telling.
No, you are telling the stack. Stack means what is
Stack
it?
is group of resources. Say my stack is different, your stack may be different. So the group of resources created through CloudFormation in one region is called as. So
Stack
the
set,
first
huh?
we created, no, stack and stack set only created, right? Group of resources we are going to provision through CloudFormation is a stack. The scope of the stack is region and one account. So group of resources we are going to provision through CloudFormation stack set is multiple regions and multiple accounts we are going to provision. Multiple regions and multiple accounts we are going to provision. Okay. So that stack script is used. What is the script used by the stack? Is going to use either YAML format or is going to use either the YAML format or
Yes.
JSON format. Either the
Yes.
YAML format we can use or so locally if you have a stack also, once you upload, temporarily AWS is going to store that one in S3 bucket. Otherwise, directly also we can keep in. Directly also we can keep in the S3 bucket. Okay. And AWS has given one solution called as where you can edit the stack, all those. So it's called as CloudFormation Designer. So in the CloudFormation Designer, we are going to store the Like we can
Okay.
edit the stack also. So if you have YAML format, automatically editor will convert into JSON also, or JSON to YAML also. It's going to provision. It's going to provision those. And what is the concept of change sets? What is the concept of the change sets? So why we'll use the change sets? Say if any of the like resources in the CloudFormation, I created one instance, the security group rule from 80 to 8080 I want to modify. Okay, 80 to, okay, that we shouldn't directly do the change. Okay, we shouldn't directly do the change. What is the recommended method? What is the recommended method? So perform those changes through,
CloudFormation.
no, change set we need to perform.
Change set.
Already stack is there, but now we need to perform the change set. Then what is the concept of like importing the resources? Before like using the CloudFormation, some of the resources have been provisioned through manually, those have been provisioned. But now, from now onwards, those we need to manage through, we need to manage them through CloudFormation. Then we need to import those resources first. Because till now, those resources have been provisioned through.
AWS, I think AWS is giving default, right? Those resources. I cannot
No.
import
But
from.
now not created through like a CloudFormation.
Okay.
So before CloudFormation, like we provision some of the resources. But now from now onwards, client is telling don't manage those resources manually. But again, we can't reprovision them because already those resources are existing. Then we need to use then we need to
Okay.
use
Import.
import the resources. Import the
So
resources. Okay, so then we are going to use like what is the drift we are going to discuss. What is the concept of drift? Okay, say we have one resource. That resource has been modified outside of CloudFormation. That means if any modification from CloudFormation side, what we need to do? We need to create the we need to create the
new stack.
no. Already resources are there. Stack is there. If any modification need to be done on those resources, we need to create the change set.
Change it.
Okay, but those we not done through change set. Okay, so if we not done those resources through change set, okay, then like CloudFormation will show those resources as drifted. So what is the meaning of that resource has been drifted is actually from the CloudFormation template that resource supposed to be one resource, but that resource has been modified into some other. But that doesn't know to, but doesn't knows to CloudFormation. Okay, but the not done through change set. If you perform that change through change set, then that resource is not going to be drifted. But instead of using the CloudFormation, we have done the changes through manually. Then that resource has been then that resource has been drifted. That resource has been we'll call that as that resource has been drifted. Hence, If the resource shouldn't be drifted means what we need to do? Any changes need to be performed through change sets itself. Any changes need to be performed through change sets. So I'll go for any of the CloudForm AWS console. So now here we need to search for CloudFormation. So here CloudFormation, create and manage resources with already the pre-configured templates. If you go to the CloudFormation, so as of now we don't have any stacks, we don't have, but we are going to create either the stacks or stack sets. So here I'm going to create a stack. So then where is your template is telling? So locally we may have the template or use a sample template, or we can create a template in designer. As of now, for time being, to understand, I'm going to use a sample template. Okay, the sample template I'm going to use is a lamp, and you can see that the template also where the template has been stored. It's in the S3 bucket, it's stored, and you can see the template in the designer also. So we'll discuss the template. Okay, so now we are going to give the stack name. So I'll give the name of the stack as my lamp stack or lamp stack. And what are the parameters is, what are the input values you are going to give? Okay, so from these parameters, like what are the input values you are going to get, so that like a script is going to get reusability. Say in the programming language, what is the advantage of variables is, variables can contain like temporary values. I can store my values, you can store your values. So now, say DB password is a parameter. What is the value I want to give? Okay, so here I didn't give any value. Then why it got my database? Okay,
Default it can.
that is the default value. So for the every variable, even we can give the, so we can give the default value also. We are going to give it. So we are going to give the default value also. Okay, so now here we are going to use the DB password. I'm going to give the DB password. Okay, these all input variables will call, even in the Terraform, these all called as input variables. I'm going to give cloud123 at the rate is not accepted here. DB user it is asking. My root I'm going to give. So my root is the username I have given, and any key pair already we have that key pair also we are going to attach. And from the SH location, that means from anywhere IPv4 allow the traffic.
Which key pair you selected here? That same region key pair, right?
Otherwise, we don't get that in the drop down. In the drop down, only that region key pairs only will get.
Okay.
Other region key pairs we don't get it. So here I said, right, roll back all stack resources, preserve those. So by default, what is the behavior? In the middle of the stack, if any of the resources have been failed, it's going to roll back.
Other resources.
Okay, and they delete those newly read. Okay, use the deletion policy we can specify. Otherwise, we can delete all those
Newly created.
resources also. Okay, so then that notification options, we can send the email notifications also. Then if you use the stack, here the stack you can see the edit also. In the template you can see it. View in the designer. Set stack template syntax, all these I'll explain in the tomorrow class. So we go to the stack template. So these all either YAML we can use or JSON we can use. As of now, this is displaying in which format?
Yes, sir.
JSON. If you want YAML, you can split it into YAML. What is the template structure we have is template format, description, all the parameters, resources, output values. So these all the contents of okay. And here also you can drag and drop what are the resources you want to give. Then automatically that script is going to delete. And if you close it, the template is going to be stored. Okay.
If
So
you,
once, yeah.
can you please go back again?
I stopped that. 1 second, I'll go. So here we are using a stack, a simple stack, and lamp stack we have chosen, so that we can go to view in designer. This is the CloudFormation designer.
Okay, what above it has shown some diagram, right?
No, these all, like, instead of writing the code, you can drag and drop the resources also.
Okay.
So you
What are
want a
these?
VPC, you choose the VPC here.
Okay,
But this
right, left side that.
existing template, no, you want a VPC, assume. But this existing template would be corrupted with that.
Okay, okay. For new
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
we need
You want, like, you no need to write the code they're trying to tell.
VPC. I think not there. Here.
No, it would be there.
Oh, we
In
don't have such subs.
EC2 only they may given that.
VPC attachment.
The VPC attachment is different. So here that VPC related code would be in the here it would be created. So in this VPC you configure a subnet. Okay, so like this, that code is say here this is the code for subnet.
Above related. Uh,
So that's based on that you can draw that. Then automatically that script is going to be given.
if you change in this below script, it will change above
Yeah,
altogether, right?
no, that's need to check it. So that according to that properties would be changes. So what are the
From
things you have given?
from above, how can we change the values
No,
for that,
we are going to not going to use the hard coded values. We are going to declare as the
the
parameters.
parameters? Okay.
So we need to declare after this. We need to declare the enhance that script through parameters. Okay, and output variables. So this template we are not going to use even in Terraform also. We are going to have all the scripts are there. We need to customize those. But to use that, they have given this option for us. They have given this option even from the designer. But as of now, no one is using this designer. Already the templates are available.
Okay, existing templates we're
Yeah,
just
we
modifying
need
and
to modify
using
that.
them.
Yeah, that executing and remodify as per your requirements.
And are you showing that lambda also?
Which one?
Lambda.
No. Lambda is how to create the functions and those I'll show, but it's pure programmer stuff.
Okay.
Say we need Python, Java, 3 to 4 years of minimum knowledge is required. But what it required for the AWS guy, I'll show you.
Okay. good.
So that code we can't write, right? How to create the functions and how we can trigger those things. These all I'll explain.
Uh-huh.
But purely it's a developer kind of tool service. So that's the reason instead of serverless, we are going to choose more microservice kind of application. So that's the reason we are using Kubernetes for that. Okay. So just explore this. I'll explain how to the template, all those in the tomorrow class. I'll explain. Okay.
Okay.
Meanwhile, still work with the VPC and those all resources.
Okay.
So CloudFormation CLI like are the input steps to understand Terraform in a better way. That is the purpose we are learning. So if you
Yeah,
practice
we'll
more
go.
these two, then you will understand Terraform in a better way. Come again.
CLI and
CLI, CLI and CloudFormation if you understand, then Terraform you can understand. Okay. Sure.